Hello, welcome to World on a String Designs. I'm Alicia. Today I'm going to show you the October 2025 Solo Sock Club socks, and we're going to reveal the November yarn and pattern. So let's have a look. So you might remember the October yarn was, I think it was Knit Pearl Girl, and it was a self-striping watermelon, and this is a finished sock. So these are vanilla socks. And I did try a different heel on these. So I'm pretty particular about my self-striping yarn. So I really like a heel flap and gusset. I don't care for like an afterthought heel or a short row heel because I have a very deep heel. Like sort of this area in here is quite large on me. And then I do kind of have small ankles. So what I wanted to do was keep the stripes the same. So when I do a heel flap and gusset, the stripes get thinner toward the middle because you need more yarn to go across here. So basically this is a separate piece of yarn for the heel, and you can kind of see it goes underneath. And I'll see if I might write up some pattern notes for how to do this. If anybody's interested, let me know. But these are the socks, and so that I like to do the matchy, so these are matching. But the heels, however, I got a little lazy, so I started on sock 1 with a certain yarn at a certain point, but I had the yarn that I had wound off. So when I always start at the same point for each sock, so I end up usually winding off some yarn at the beginning to get to a spot that I know I can recreate on the second sock. And I thought that would be enough yarn, and it turns out it wasn't. So one of these heels is a continuous piece, and one of these heels ran out of yarn. And so this one here ran out of yarn, and I grabbed some. And this actually goes, I think backwards. Oh no, that is the right color pattern, but it just had a little more green. And then, so it shifted it, as opposed to this one is one continuous. So this is as it shows up in the skein. And this one's just shifted a little bit more. So because we have more of the dark green, it got to the end of where I needed it before this one did. So this one got into the white, and this one has the extra green. So that's why those are different, but I did kind of think no one's really going to be looking at the bottom of my heel. It'll probably be all right. So I'm not going to be looking at the bottom of my heel, and that's the main reason it's going to be all right, because I will never notice. Next up, let's open the bag and see what we have for next month. Okay, so this is some yarn that I got on sale recently. This is one of the newer additions to my stash. I think there was a warehouse fire at one of the big yarn distributors, and our local store called Martin's. I don't think they're everywhere, but I know they are. There are quite a few of them in the state of Maine. Did manage to get some, and so it was heavily discounted. The yarn is fine. It's just what they had left over. So this is Araucania Wasco Sock Prism Paints. And I don't know if this has like a colorway on it. Spectrum, this is called. So this is like a nice charcoaly gray, and then it has this neon sort of rainbow in it. So these will be vanilla socks. So that we can see how these stripe up. And my expectation on how this is going to look, we'll see what happens with the finished sock, is that it's going to be mostly that charcoal gray, and then you'll have like little mini stripes of the colored rainbow part. Yeah, we'll see how it comes out. Make sure you turn in next month to find out. And I can't wait to get started on these. So these are the November socks. We're still pretty early in October when I'm filming this. God only knows when I'll get it edited and up because I am super far behind. And yeah, I'm on track to finish on time. And as a reminder, I do have a 13th skein, so I do want to be a little bit ahead because I did have a bonus skein, and that actually came up I think in July, and those were the rainbow socks. And yeah, so we have this one, and then we'll have 2 more for 2025, and then I'll dig out some 2026 yarn and socks and patterns, and we'll do it all over again. I do have an extra little bonus for you guys. So you might recall, if you watched my New Year's resolution video at the beginning of the year for 2025, I talked about one of the things that I wanted to do in 2025 was knit Halloween socks, and I did. So this is, I forget the name of the colorway. It's from Tall Pines. They're on Etsy. And it was a self-striping yarn with a coordinating mini. And I did do a little extra. So there wasn't a pattern for this. I could write something up if you guys are interested. It's just a self-striping yarn, but I wanted to add a little bit of interest. So I did sort of like this slip stitch transition to sort of break up the striping interface and give a little more interest to it. And I thought on the Halloween ones, those looked really nice. I did do the same heel on this one as the watermelon socks. Again, because it was a self-striping yarn and I wanted the stripe thickness to stay the same and stay consistent the whole way through. But other heel types aren't really a great fit for me because I really do need the extra space that like a heel flap and gusset provides. So this is sort of a modified heel flap and gusset, and I think it looks pretty cool. Not that people are really checking out the heels of your socks typically, but yeah, these are my Halloween socks, and just in time. So today is October 11th. So we'll put these to good use. And while we're here, I did also get a Yarn Bliss Box in the mail earlier this week. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that as well. So this is like a fun thing that I did. I was doing treadmill knitting, which is awesome, and I love the treadmill knitting. I did have some plantar fasciitis early in the year. That seems to be a lot better now. But we are moving, so I don't know, because I have so much work with packing and organizing and coordinating to do. I'm not sure that I'll get significant treadmill, or I mean, I've been walking outside because it's nice. But a lot of times I take them with me. So I've made some progress. I'm doing I wanted to limit to 15 minutes a day until the plantar fasciitis was better, and I think we're at that point. So once we get moved, I'll get into the treadmill knitting again. And so I had this subscription, and obviously I've not kept up with it because I haven't been able to be on the treadmill a lot, but that's sort of the background on it. But it's a fun treat every month. So I get the 2 full skeins in case I want to do something like a shawl or something like that, or a project that I want to use more than just I love the coordinating, like, so the semi-solid and the ortonal and then the variegated. So I love having the options to do that, and you don't have to use them together, but I like having them available if I want to. So I do get the 2 full skeins of yarn, and then I get, they do put some extras in the boxes, so you always get some goodies. So we're going to open the box, and I'll show you what I get this month. She does a wonderful job with the presentation on these boxes. So there's the yarn is underneath, and then there's this little tissue paper pocket, and your little goodie pouch slides right in there. So first up is the inspiration pick. You probably could see this a little bit as I pulled it out. We have a cookie this month. This smells so amazing. Pumpkin spice stroopies. Yeah, look at that. We have from winemakerssister.etsy.com. We have pumpkin stitch markers. And we have washi tape. I love washi tape. And that's got pumpkins on it. That is adorable. Let's look at the yarn. This is gorgeous. We have Spice Things Up is the tonal. And Pumpkin Patch Glow is the semi-solid, or I'm sorry, the variegated. So have a look at that. Very pretty. And I always get the sock yarn, but it is available in a DK as well. And if you want to get your own box, there is a code down below. I have an affiliate link. I get a small commission for referring you to the box, and you will get $5 off your first box. So if you are so inclined, please feel free to go ahead and use that and get a little bit off your first box. And yeah, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good one. We'll see you in the next video.